thought of the day. So the past week or so has been really, really intense because we've gone through a few like winter storms. And the last winter storm was tough because it was really, really intense. It was heavy. And so during that time I got to like learn a lot, and I had the opportunity to start reading new books and keeping myself busy. And one of the things that I love to do is to read books and to research. It's like my happy place. And so I started reading a book called Conversations with God. And I have to tell you that this book has really impacted my life. I feel like this book has put things into perspective where everything somehow or another aligned. Everything that I have been learning up to this point in my life, like the experiences that I have had, the not the frustration, but sometimes I felt like I was obtaining a lot of information, and I was learning a lot, but some things were just not anchoring in my life. And so I started reading this book, and out of the blue, there it was, like this revelation, this thing that brought everything that I've been experiencing and learning and knowing into this point of like of wholeness. Like everything became one. And this is what I mean by it. So if you've heard any of my videos, or if you know me at all, something that I will say a lot is that we are an extension of the one infinite creator. Like we're the manifestation of God, and therefore our experience here on earth is essentially us rediscovering who we are, and really getting to understand our place within the knowledge of saying, I am an extension of God, therefore I am God, and therefore I am a co-creator with God. Not only a co-creator with God, but really a co-creator with everybody else, because we are all extensions of the one infinite creator. And so knowing that was something that like changed my life, but not just knowing it and like feeling it has it has me on this place of of wholeness, like of peace. And so I just want to like remind everybody to continue to seek, and that life does have a deeper meaning other than just living, other than just like holding space, other than just like existing. And that's probably like a really weird thing to say, because part of being a co-creator with God is realizing that existing is really the trick to things, but like living authentically, like understanding who you are, and understanding that we don't need to ask, and we don't need to look outside of who we are, outside of us, for the things that we need. And to be very clear, I'm talking about like things that are not material things. I mean, those are secondary and those come your way because they do. But what I'm saying is like those virtues and those experiences of God, joy and peace and harmony and love and acceptance, the absence of fear, the absence of guilt, the absence of anger, the absence of, all of these things that weigh us down, that keep us in this um, frame of mind that limits us, because we have been led to believe that God is like an external source that is here to help us if we've been good, or, you know, to help us if it's like convenient or it's like part of the perfect plan, but you are the perfect plan. Like, I am the perfect plan. And so my life, in my philosophy, my life in my cosmovision is no longer pleading and asking and praying like, I want to be wiser, or I want a new car, or I want perfect health, or I want a partner, or like all of these things that we consistently ask this outside source, this God, keeps us wanting, like keeps us wanting versus if we acknowledge the things that we want to see in our life. So again, joy, peace, love, um patience, you know um balance, a partner, or a job, or whatever it is, whatever, it's already yours. It's just like opening yourself to receiving, being grateful that it's already yours, right? Like, we don't need to ask for these things because all these things are intended for us to experience. But we seem to think that we have to ask God, when if we look within, like, the trick is looking within. The trick is like meditating and having no expectations of what a meditation should look like. Reflecting, prayer, connecting with Mother Earth, looking within, like, seriously, if your desire is to have a partner that's loving and that is like, that's going to fill your cup, you must fill your cup first. You must know your value in order for somebody else to see your value. Like, we can't expect somebody else to provide the things that we are responsible to provide for ourselves. I feel like, as a child, I love my mom and my dad. I really do. I think they're amazing, but they were just kind of like regurgitating the same message that they got over and over again, which was like, there is a God out there that you have to, like, you know, be good. Like, you have free will, but you have to also make the right choice, because if you don't, you're damned to hell, or if you don't, you will experience all of these hardships, and if you don't, there's all these consequences. But maybe things are not like that. Like, for example, yes, we make decisions, and those decisions will lead us to experience something that's going to be, dense, or that's going to be light. But they're not good or bad experiences. They're experiences that are going to lead us to where we need to be, which is self-discovery. And so sometimes we experience situations that are similar, if that's like an abusive partner, or if that's like, you abandoning certain responsibilities, or you letting go of certain people in your life, or um I don't know, like, whatever your challenge is, and you experience it over and over again. Maybe the idea is for you to observe it and see what you can, like, take from it, or maybe see what you can leave. um right, we don't have to always engage with things that hurt us because that's what we need to do. We don't need to do anything, right? We don't, like, there's nothing that we can do for somebody else that we shouldn't do for ourselves first. And so understanding our value, knowing who we are, remembering that we are infinite beings, that we are an extension, like, that we are God. Get offended if you want to by those words. But the fact of the matter is that you are God. You are God. You're an extension of Him. You are a piece of Him or her. You are part of the infinite energy that created it all. And you're here having this experience in order for God to get to know Himself better and get to know Himself deeper. We are all the same. We're all human beings. We're all here to experience and to get to know each other. But we're also little individuals, little rays of light, rays of the Creator that have a unique a unique shine. You know, you have a musician who only that musician can create that music that can heal and uplift, and that can, you know, co-create. And you have people who are artists, and they offer their art, you know, their paintings or their writings, and that's their light. And so finding out what your light is the trick. I feel like um um I'm finding out who I am in my 40s. That's okay. I'm finding out who I am. Like, I'm realizing that I have a purpose in life. A purpose in life, which is to get to know myself, to know my virtues, to know my place, to know my shine, to be at peace, to realize that being here on earth is maybe not a school, and it's not like you know, like a one and done type of experience. You know, being here on earth and maybe having many reincarnations, if that's what you believe, or if you're here and then you go somewhere up in the cosmos, you know, like that is in essence true. This vehicle is here. This is the first time that Sagnite has been able to present herself like this. But I have many lives, you know, that I've lived, and there's many lives that I will live, and I will continue to explore who I am, and I will continue to grow in light, to grow in love. And that's what we're all meant to do. But we're all in different stages of our journey. And so I hope that you reflect a little bit in the words that I have shared. And I hope that you become curious to make the connection on how you are an infinite being, and how you are one with God, and how you don't need to ask and plead because it's already yours. Live in gratitude. Have prayer, not a prayer of like, please give me and I want and I need and forgive me. Prayer of just like conversations with God.